Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in this world. I'm DJ Unification, also known as Double Dragon 912. And today, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? News Fridays is finally back. Gameplay footage you see in the background, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know yet. Like I said, I like to surprise you and surprise me. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Hope y'all been having a great week. I can't complain at all. Got some very interesting news articles for you guys and girls today. Can't wait to get into it. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for subscribing. But before I get into that, remember, Jesus Christ loved y'all. God sent His Son, Jesus Christ, to die for our sins. Y'all get to know Him. I'm telling y'all, I know I say this all the time. I would not be sitting up here talking to y'all if it wasn't for Jesus Christ. He got me out of some messed up situations that I got myself into. And He helped me get out of it. Get to know Him. I'm telling you. Don't think you got to be all holier than thou to be a believer of Christ. You don't. He takes sinners. He died for us sinners. If He can take care of a sinner like me, He can take care of y'all. Y'all get to know Him. Just trying to help you out there. That being said, let's get into my first news story for today, ladies and gentlemen. Now, ladies and gentlemen, first thing I want to talk about today on this News Friday is, alright, here we go. First thing I want to talk about, Nintendo has been a great partner. Xbox reconfirmed Switch 2 support. Wow. Now listen, Microsoft Gaming CEO Phil Spencer confirmed the company's support for the Switch 2. Spencer called Nintendo a great partner and himself a big believer in the big N means for the gaming industry. Here we go. The specific Xbox games coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 are still unconfirmed, though Halo, the Master Chief Collection, has long been confirmed to be among them. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been saying this for a while, long time now. Microsoft, y'all need to just stop making Xboxes. Leave Xbox alone and just do third party. That's all y'all doing. Y'all kind of like Sega. Just go on, stop making your Xboxes and start being like Sega. The only reason your Xbox is still around because Microsoft, they're a $1 billion corporation. $1 trillion corporation. They got bank. A lot of folks don't know that Xbox, the original OG Xbox, they lost so much money off that console. They still been bleeding money off the Xbox. And really and truly, Nintendo, you know how Microsoft feels that they're just a big company. I wouldn't trust nothing Microsoft was saying. Corporations, I'm telling y'all, they greedy, all of them greedy. But Nintendo, if I own a video game company, I don't know if I can get into the bed with Microsoft. But Microsoft, them jokers messed up how they forcing people to try to upgrade to Windows 11. Unlike with Windows 11, with let me rephrase that, with Mac users out there, y'all know they've been still using that same operating system since I was in college, and that was some years ago. And they still using the same operating system. All they do is upgrade it. Microsoft, on the other hand, instead of upgrading they force people to buy another Windows thing. Like, really and truly, what was it? Windows 95, Millennium. They keep forcing people to upgrade. They said in an article that Windows 10 was going to be the last Windows they make it. They're just going to do implemental upgrades. No, they lied about that. Now, if you got a Windows 10 computer, it's going off subject a little bit. You got a Windows 10 computer, you can keep Windows 10, but you will stop receiving updates and pretty much make your system vulnerable. Hence, making your average consumer upgrade to Windows 11, which is messed up, forcing people to upgrade. That's why y'all always wonder why I never did like Xbox. Not a big fan of Xbox. The only reason I bought the Xbox One was for Killer Instinct, Halo, and Gears of War. I wasn't even a real big Forza fan. I like Gran Turismo better, but I never trust Microsoft. Microsoft, they just bought Activision. They tried to buy, there was a rumor going around, I don't know how much true this is. They tried to buy Steam. And y'all do not, I repeat, y'all do not want Microsoft to own Steam. PC gamers, y'all don't want these jokers to own Steam because they ain't no telling what they gonna do. You see, when they bought Rare, it took them forever today to do something with Killer Instinct. Every time Microsoft buys something, they end up letting it rot. What was it? What's the name of that thing? A lot of these companies do that. It ain't just Microsoft, but they just notorious for it. Hi-Fi Rush. They made a statement saying, well, we need companies to really make profits. And so Hi-Fi Rush was doing good. They still shut it down. I mean, made people losing all these jobs, and Microsoft was steady. I did a news article about this. Microsoft was steady earning. I mean, they had like a 1.2 billion profit that year, and still cutting jobs. Sony the same way. How they did Destiny. When they bought Bungie, they were cutting jobs. Sony do it. All the folks really I don't see cutting jobs too tough is Nintendo. I guess they the lesser of three evils. Nintendo is. But yeah. Basically Microsoft is saying with this, let me get back to the subject. Microsoft is saying with this that they're gonna keep supporting Nintendo Switch 2. They're gonna keep porting their stuff everywhere. I've been saying this. You don't really need nowadays to own a console. Only reason to own a console nowadays, if you're a physical collector like myself and all my physical collectors out there. If you collect physical media like I do, yeah, get you a console. Other than that, you don't need no console. I'm telling you, can't believe I'm saying this. Get you a PC. You don't have to pay for online. You don't have to do none of that. Get your PC. Call it a day. If you're doing the digital route only, your best bet is that PC over there. I know they will scare you off saying, man, PC is so hard to deal with, blah, 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 blah. They're going to say that. I used to be like that. They used to tell me that, PC, I should think the same thing. PC so hard to get into, it's so expensive. It ain't. I'm telling y'all, this PC I got right here. Got 2060 Super, 4-year-old graphic card, still run games flawlessly. Not flawlessly, let me stop lying. But it do run the games. I paid $700 for this PC. Off the top. Just $700. And then now, not saying PC, you probably get cheaper for like $500. That's the price of these consoles. These consoles costing close to $500. And I added extra hard drive to it. Just get you a plain Jane PC. And you can play all these games. Only people that really and truly give you worth to want to own a console that's still exclusive, Nintendo. I give them that. Only place you can play Mario, Switch. Only way you can play Mario Kart or whatever, Switch. Only place you can play Zelda, Switch. Legally, count emulators. But legally, only place you can play these games is on Nintendo consoles. Sony, PlayStation, wait about a year. Last of Us, play it on PC. God of War, PC. Even for you regardless fans, PC. Horizon Zero Dawn, PC. Ain't no exclusives on these consoles no more. Only one that's still sticking with the exclusive model is Nintendo. And now they little say, well, exclusive model, it really don't work nowadays. Blah 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 blah. Work for Nintendo. Work for Nintendo. It works. It's just Sony, Microsoft, even Nintendo sometimes, but mainly Sony and Microsoft are just greedy. Very greedy. And they finna price themselves out of the market. What's finna happen, I'm telling y'all, I don't want to see it happen, but that's where we going to. These high behind consoles. A console's gonna be useless in a few years. People gonna wise up, and if these console people start to try to do digital only with their consoles, these folks gonna flop the PC. Watch my words now. Anyways, I'm gonna get into more of that with some more news articles I got. I ain't done yet, but yeah. Basically, Microsoft basically confirming that they a third-party company. Basically, they don't even need to make no Xbox no more. Let's keep moving. I stayed on that too long. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep moving. Moving right along. Moving right along. Now let's see what we're talking about here, ladies and gentlemen. Keep talking about Nintendo Switch 2 right here. Former PlayStation boss thinks Nintendo might be losing its identity with Switch 2 when it was revealed. Wow, y'all lost y'all identity too, Sony. When y'all start porting all that stuff to PC. But we're gonna get into that. Let's go. It's Shuei to talking. Shuei been spilling them beans ever since he got off some of the boy. He ain't got no filter. Here we go. This is what the article talking about. The Switch 2, according to Yoshida, seems to be prioritizing specs like a larger screen, more powerful processor, and higher resolution 4K 120 frames per second. Yoshida notes the Switch 2 reveal event was led by a hardware person, which is atypical for Nintendo. Yoshida expresses concern that the Switch 2 reveal showcased mostly ports of older third-party games rather than highlighting innovative Nintendo games. Wow. Sound like what Sony did with PlayStation Pro. Yeah, you can say that now. You ain't with the company no more. Wow. I kind of agree with it. Nintendo ain't never been the one. You go look at it in the past. Nintendo ain't never been a hardware pusher. True enough, in the past, you know, when the OG Xbox came out, there was the most powerful console. Xbox was like that. Then you had the GameCube. Then you had PlayStation 2. But only time Nintendo was a real hardware pusher was this shirt I got on, Super Nintendo. When Super Nintendo came out, it was a little bit more powerful than the Sega Genesis. But Sega Genesis knew how to do some things. But really and true, you look back on everything Nintendo done in the past, N64 was a hardware pusher too. Yeah. I guess Nintendo repeating the history, but really and truly, ever since they made the Switch, they shouldn't been. I agree with you, Yoshida. Nintendo really shouldn't have been trying to push hardware. They should have been just focusing on their games. You know, like the new Mario, the new Zelda, the new Metroid Prime, whenever that comes out. You know, all their first party titles. And that price ain't, you know, that ain't making no sense either. But I kind of agree with Yoshida right here. I think they did a bad move by trying to focus more on hardware, more so than what their games were. But at the same time though, I understand why Nintendo would try to focus on hardware a little bit on this article. This next generation coming up, because the main complaint with Nintendo Switch was it wasn't powerful enough to play some of these powerful games. Like, what was it? So certain games they never did port to the Switch because people didn't think they could run on it. But they did make some stuff run on the Switch, like with The Witcher, a couple of games out there they actually made run on the Switch. But it was a known fact in the industry. Whenever games were ported to the Switch, most time you had hardware issues. Like, I think it was Contra Operation Galuga ran like crap on Switch. Some of the JRPGs out there usually didn't run too good on Switch. People used to be like, man, it don't run good on Switch. People just like, if you got another console, just get it on the better console. What was it? That game, Castlevania's successor. I can't remember the name of the game. The guy that made Castlevania did the game. He said it didn't run too good on Switch, and people never could get games to run up to snuff most time on the Switch. That was a known fact in these articles. A lot of people say that. I'm not just spitting out stuff. I'm telling y'all what it say. What's been said across the industry, that the Switch, a lot of people ported stuff to the Switch because people, you know, always on the go, but it wasn't that good when it came to running powerful, you know, supposed games. I think they never could get Cyberpunk to run on it, but the new Cyberpunk probably will run on Switch too. But like Cyberpunk, I know that couldn't run on the Switch. It could, I don't know, who knows. But it was a known fact in the industry that games didn't run too well on the Switch. That just was a known fact. When it came to the other two, Xbox and PlayStation. I kind of agree with you, Cedar, on this, what he's saying. But then again, I don't know. But I agree with the article. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Like I said, everything I talk about, there'll be a link in the description to back up everything and what I say with news articles. Let's keep moving. Moving right along. Moving right along. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics. Title update launches April 16th as offline versus and more. Wow. Now, if you have not picked this game up, I gotta go over there somewhere. I don't know. It's over there somewhere. I got the physical version. But if you have not picked this game up, ladies and gentlemen, even if you're not a big fighting game fan, I implore you, pick this game up. Because basically what they did is add, as they say, quality of life upgrade. This is what they did. Let me tell you what they did. X-Men vs. Street Fighter has two modes. It has between the version 960, 91 point, different versions of X-Men vs. Street Fighter, and they added where you can reset the resolution on Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and they gave you basically an offline versus mode, because all these was basically arcade ports, and now they got an offline versus mode where you ain't got to keep going back and forth. It's great quality of life upgrades. So if you have not got Marvel vs. Capcom fighting game arcade classic, this monumental game, I beg you, I implore you, pick this game up, because it comes with all the fighting games I grew up playing in the 90s. X-Men Children of Atom, Marvel Superheroes, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. They even threw in the Punisher in there. Even though I don't got this game, I need to start back playing it because I ain't had a chance to play it in a while. Just talking about this game, I still am hype. This is history in the making, ladies and gentlemen. And now they done added some extra stuff to it, free updates. Capcom. Good job. Ladies and gentlemen, even if you're not even a fighting game fan, pick this game up. As of making this video, it's on sale right now on Steam. But I recommend, if you got a console, you got a PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch hanging around somewhere, pick it up. Matter of fact, I forgot I had this, yeah. I got the Switch, that should be the Switch version, yeah. I got the PS4 version over there somewhere, but pick this game up. I highly recommend it. This is good that Capcom had these quality of life upgrades. They made it easier to play. It's already a great game because you're getting, 7 games in one, but they made it even better by adding quality of life upgrades. I highly recommend you get it. Let me keep moving. Moving right along. Moving right along. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I got another news story for you guys and girls. Marathon is a paid game with 3 maps at launch. Wow. Here we go. Bungie's Marathon will be a premium release, not a free-to-play title. Pricing information is unavailable right now at this time, but it's it will be a full price game. Marathon is said to be launching with 3 maps. Wow. So apparently this game is supposed to come out in September? September 23rd. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. If y'all didn't know, Bungie is the company that helped make Halo. And Bungie went off and did their own thing. They left Microsoft, and Sony bought them. And they also made the hit game Destiny. I did try to get into Destiny one time, but I never could get into it. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all think Marathon's gonna be another, let's hope it's not another Concord disaster, or y'all think it's actually gonna be a good game? What y'all know? Tell me about it. Y'all hype about this?
I got some screenshots. I'll try to see if I can have some screenshots going on for you guys and girls. It's like another Destiny. I don't know, little is known about it, but like I said, everything I'm talking about, click the link in the description. Read for it for yourself. But yeah, let's keep moving on this, ladies and gentlemen. Moving right along. Moving right along. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me see. The next thing I want to talk about today on this dear News Fridays. Street Fighter 6 DLC character Elena launches June 5th. Wow. Due out alongside launch of Switch 2 version. Wow. Now, you didn't know, they did launch the Switch 2 version of Street Fighter 6 downloadable content. Gonna have season 1 and 2 with the Switch 2 version. Now, the season 1 and 2 version that's got season 1 and 2 content on it, it's supposed to be coming to the rest of the consoles too. Supposed to be coming to PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, and the PC. It's supposed to be coming out to that one too. So I'm hoping what they'll do is bring out a physical version of. That's why I ain't really got into Street Fighter 6 yet. I'm waiting for them to bring out a big old physical version of Season 1, Season 2, all on one disc so I can buy it and have it. Because Street Fighter is known for doing that. Now, I'll be honest with you guys and girls, I haven't played much Street Fighter 6. I started to get into it a little bit. Kind of mad, still kind of mad at what they did to my boy Ken. Even though I know the storyline now about Ken, how he got to running for his life from this company that's basically trying to kill him and his family. But I still don't like the whole Ken being a vagabond and a bum. That ain't Ken. Ken the happy-to-go-lucky type of guy. That's Ken. They did too much meddling in his storyline. And if y'all didn't know, when you piss, well, not piss, let me get this straight. When you do something very drastic to a character that I like, I won't even play your game. They did that to my boy Chip Zenna. That's why I haven't touched what's that? Get to Your Stride. I played it, played it with my homie Mara. I played it, but I never did get into it because they told Chip up. They made it. Apparently, the thing is with Chip, they made him more fast and strong at the same time. But when I played Chip, he wasn't nowhere near as fast as he used to be. You didn't have to mess with Chip. Leave Chip alone. He fast. I'm used to. It may take me forever and a day to take you down, but I'm used to doing fast combos with Chip. But they made him too slow in this game. That's why I ain't play Stride. And I'll be honest with you, y'all know I'm a Ken main. Ken been my boy since forever. Ever since they messed with Ken's whole outfit look. I know you can still get the old school costume on there. You got to pay money for that. Ridiculous. I haven't touched Street Fighter 6. I've touched it, played it with some of my friends. That's about it. But other than that, I really ain't got into Street Fighter 6 because for that reason there. But I'm gonna try to give it another shot once they bring out a version where both those two seasons are both on disc. And they bring it out for PS5 because I mainly play on PS5 when it comes to my fighting games. So, tell what you guys and girls think. I thought Elena was supposed to come out way back in spring, June 5th. That's summer, ain't it? Hey, what happened, Capcom? I don't know. Y'all let me know down in the comment section. I haven't really been following Street Fighter 6 like that. So, all my Street Fighter fans down there in the comment section, let me know about Elena. Y'all excited about her or whatever? Let me know down below. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep moving. Moving right along. Moving right along. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to my last news story for today. Alright, here we go. Y'all thought I was trolling when y'all saw that up on the title screen, but I was telling the truth. Here we go. PlayStation 5 price increase announced for Europe, Middle East, Africa, Australia, and New Zealand. Wow. This drive price will also be reduced. Here we go. Sony Interactive Entertainment has announced a pricing increase for PlayStation 5 consoles in select markets. I just told y'all what was going on. PlayStation 5 Digital Edition I ain't gonna go down all these prices. That's boring. Y'all click the link in the description. Y'all can see all the prices for yourself. Now, see, I knew when Nintendo announced that price of like $450, Sony was just sitting back in the wings like, all right, Nintendo did. They announced their price at $450. They give us an excuse to go up on the price and all that stuff. Now, don't keep buying now. It ain't went up in the United States, but you know good and well Sony gonna try to go up on this price on this console. Now, I hate to keep saying this, but people like, they don't think this, but I'm telling y'all, the same thing happened years and years ago. People back in the console crash. And what got us out of it then was Nintendo. Nintendo brought a brand new console to the thing. I don't know what's going to get out. They keep bringing these prices up on these consoles. It's going to be a gaming crash, y'all. I hate to say it, but it's going to be one. Because for the first time in a long time, I've been following console prices and prices on stuff for a long time. Most time, if you wait a couple of years in the console market, the price of a console will go down. But the price of PlayStation 5 has yet to go down. Yeah, I think the digital version may have went down $50 or something, but you have yet to see a significant price drop of the consoles. And these jokers got a nerve. They got the unmitigated gall to bring up the price for the PlayStation 5. Now keep in mind now, shout out to my homie Figsy and my Canada brothers and sisters. I know the consoles are a lot higher in those regions they talking about than it is in the United States. Now PS5, United States, $500. For you want the physical edition. I think in Canada is probably about $800. Australia, I know it's $800 to $1,000. You try to go up on the price on this? Really? Sony, really? Now, this is the excuse they're going to make. I know the corporate talk. This is what these corporations do. I've been working for corporations for over 20-something years of my life, so I know the corporate talk. When you work in corporations, you know that same BS that they give you. This is the corporate talk. Well, we had to bring up the price because of tariffs, because of inflation. Excuses on top of excuses on top of excuses. I know what y'all saying. Double Dragon, you ain't in no business. I know one thing. I ain't got to be a businessman to know this. People don't like playing more for their console. I'm telling y'all. People, Sony, Microsoft, Xbox, y'all think folks just got $500 just laying around, sitting on the couch over there somewhere. And you need to realize, now people, a person like me that's a diehard gamer, we gonna find a way to play for the games or whatever. We'll find a way. But your average Joe, your average consumer, if they gotta decide whether they want to put food on their table or buy a expensive PlayStation 5 or expensive Nintendo Switch 2 or expensive Xbox, which one you think they gonna do? The casual person, a dad that's working hard, working his butt off. He gonna provide for his family. He gonna put groceries on the table more so than trying to buy y'all expensive consoles. And you know what that do? You're being so greedy, you're gonna price yourself out in the market. What's gonna end up happening? People ain't gonna buy consoles at all. And then we're gonna get what they call a gaming crash. The bubble gonna bust open. I'm telling y'all, that's what we heading to. I know a lot of y'all saying, well, back in the 90s, that games cost $70 and $80. That's how much they cost. Yeah, Super Nintendo and N64 cartridge games, yeah, they cost that much. But you know who was balancing that out? That's why PlayStation outsold N64 and all the other consoles. Because of PlayStation. It was cheap to make CDs. Madden, or whatever game it is, on PlayStation, $50. That same game on N64, $80. Which one you think you gonna buy? You ain't stunned by how it look. Which one you think you gonna buy? You gonna buy the cheaper one. You gonna buy the cheaper one. Now, this day and age, these companies done got so greedy and got outside their mind, they just pricing themselves out the market. And what's gonna happen? I hate to say it, but I'm being real with y'all. Y'all know Double Dragon 912. I don't sugarcoat stuff no more. I don't got too mature for that. I don't sugarcoat no more. I speak what's on my mind. It's gonna be a gaming crash. I'm trying to tell y'all, that's what it's gonna be. And Sony, you know they don't care. They're a corporation. They don't give a damn. But y'all stupid, Sony. Nintendo, y'all stupid. Don't give me no excuse. Turtles, blah, blah, blah. Boys. Do what you did back in the day. You're known to make up for it on your software. Your games, your controllers, your accessories. That's what you make up for it on. Keep the console the same price. Just make up for it with your accessories. I'm telling you. I ain't in business, I know to do that. Don't keep raising the price on the console. What you gonna do? Folks gonna get tired. They gonna get tired. Now me and other diehard gamers like myself that actually play this stuff, they'll stick with it. Because, you know, they're gamers. But if it come to a choice, whether to put food on the table or buy your consoles, they're gonna put food on their table. You can't, I'm sorry, you can't play, you can't eat The Last of Us. You can't eat Super Mario Kart. You can't eat Halo. Trying to tell you. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. That's just stupid. Ain't no excuse for it. There's no excuse for them raising the console price, especially in those territories. They already higher than other markets in the United States. And best believe Sony finna raise the price over here too. Don't think they ain't. They is. They just waiting their turn. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. I'm telling y'all, Sony, hear me out. If you ever look at Double Dragon 912 video, I'm telling you, people just gonna stop. They're just not gonna buy your stuff. They're gonna start speaking with their wallet. And then y'all gonna be scrambling like, oh, we don't know why our console's not selling. I'm gonna tell you why. Your console too high. Too high. I'm telling y'all, man. What's gonna end up happening if we don't get a video game crash, as much as a console costs $500, $600, $700, people gonna be like this. Oh man, they go a PC over there. $600, $700. I get a PC. Man. And I don't have to pay for online. Wow. I know they say it's hard to work with, but maybe I could do a tutorial on YouTube. I can learn how to do PC. And I can hook my PC up to a TV. I'm telling y'all, people will find alternatives. They will find alternatives. Just saying. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that about wraps it up, ladies and gentlemen, for this rendition of News Fridays. Y'all leave comments below, ladies and gentlemen. Tell what you guys girls think about the PS5 price increase. Y'all think that Sony actually had no choice of doing this, or y'all feel like I feel? They just doing this just because they can, and y'all gonna let it. Let me know about that down there in the comment section. And tell what you guys girls think about Elena. Y'all, my Street Fighter fans out there, y'all getting Elena? Or y'all don't even care? Tell what you guys girls think about Bungie's new game, Marathon. Y'all hype about that? Tell me about that down there in the comment section. Tell what you guys girls think about Marvel's Capcom Fighting Collection. Y'all hype about the simple mental upgrade, quality of life upgrades. Y'all hype about that? Tell me what y'all guys girls think about that. Also, tell me what you guys and girls think about Microsoft saying they finna support Switch 2. Y'all think Microsoft should even still make Xboxes? My Xbox fan. Y'all think they should just leave that alone and just go third party? Tell me what you guys and girls think about all things that I'm talking about down there in the comment section. Thank you guys and girls so much for watching. Stay tuned for more great videos like this on the way. Double Dragon 912 signing out. Peace out.